Welcome to another episode. I am Dale Vartos,
Chase Grant.
I'm Bryson Stradler.
and we are Knightwing Media.
And speaking of Nightwing Media, when I joined, Dal, you were one of the first recruits, right, in the Nightwing team?
Yeah, I'm one of the first guys that Jason and Sam brought on in Northern Michigan. They already had Andrew down in Ann Arbor in Detroit, probably a year or two before me. And obviously, Adam was part of things. Thank the Lord. But yeah, it's been great. Happened at the craziest time and super thankful for it. How everything just lined up perfectly. Like seriously, in my life and everything, like I was ready to jump on board, and they apparently had been following me for a couple of years and were ready to bring me on. And so yeah,
So that's they found you through social, and that's how.
yeah, so they kind of found me through some mutual friends that knew I was a photographer, super green, super fresh, when they kind of got introduced to who I was. And so they're kind of just following along for a couple of years just to see what I did, see see how I grew, see if I grew, and was taking it seriously at all. And yeah, timing was just great, and we met and things just clicked. So
Yeah, and since then, what has working with Nightwing really brought to the table for you as a teammate?
honestly, it's just so good to be a part of a team, being a part of this community, being with these people. Like Jason and Sam are amazing. They're great people, but they're just really awesome creatives that push you and want to see you grow and give you the tools to grow.
Yeah,
And so getting that from where I was then, like kind of just springboarded me. And as I'm sure it does anyone that joins our team, like Brandon, like where were kind of you at in life when
I just I just left a small town marketing agency and gone from back to taking that leap to going fully independent with it. And that was a big jump in risk because you never know if you're going to make it or not, especially in a realm of media where photo and video, you're creative. You don't know when it comes to clientele, who's going to want your work, who's going to like your work, the value of your work, especially first going into it. And then going from that, reaching out social media at the time to Jason and talking with him a bit about it here and there, chatting back and forth and then phone calls about it. Looking at that from the team level aspect from working as that solo creative entrepreneur by myself, especially over in the Petoskey Harbor Springs area, that changed things. And Sam and Jason bring me on the team, seeing the power of what a team can do versus an individual.
Yeah.
It amplifies the effect and the quality of your work. Yeah. And it eases that workload and stress. So you have a balance because everyone has a role in the team. Yeah, like Jason and Sandra can handle working with the clients. They can handle the contracts. They're the masters of their craft. You have individual shooters, like you, Chase, like you, Dale, Andrew, Eric, so on. Then you have Adam and me that are out there doing all the editing. That gets everyone their role to play. And whereas as a solo individual, you're doing that all. And that's stressing when you're trying to manage that and make up for, at my time, make up for, went from having X, Y, and Z for income and lifestyle to taking that risk and like, how do I keep that going? And how do I even go and surpass that to better the quality of my life, better my opportunities and so on? That's a big and not scary thing, but tough thing to do, especially if you're new to being an entrepreneur and going out there as an individual and especially trying to market media.
Yeah, right, 100%, dude. Like I completely understand that because that was kind of the place I was at in my life when, like, seriously, like, craziest timing in the world, how everything kind of fell into place. Because, yeah, I had just lost my job, like, position I had, they kind of restructured positions, and I knew this is what I wanted to jump into. I knew, like, man, this creative realm, like photography, video, but didn't know quite how it was going to turn out. So I was like, I was already shooting weddings and stuff on the side. I was already doing that thing, but when Jason and Sam took a chance on me, I was like, all right, like I'm all in. I had another company at the time talking to me as well. And ultimately decided Nightwing because they're different. It's just such a different environment that Nightwing Media provides. And I feel like you're not going to get with really especially any big media company. Like
Yeah.
we're big enough that we're making a huge impact, but we're not so big that it's a corporate structure. We just got like the people that are out there shooting for us, like
Comes first,
yeah,
and that I feel like that is motivation in itself. It's like I don't want to let Sam and Jason down. It's more than just like you're letting yourself down if you're just a solo artist out there, but you're like, okay, well, I kind of got to make sure I grind because,
Yeah.
and like,
It's like we're the masters of our own craft at what we do. That's what we became good at. But then, shooting a Nightwing, jumping into especially on the real estate side of things, that was new to me. That was completely foreign to me.
Yeah.
And I'd shot a few here or there at the time, and Matt knowing how to, multi-expose shots awkwardly and
Any real estate. Anything. Yeah.
and it's still a learning process. It's still a learning curve, and taking that, but then having the skill set backing me, letting me hone in and learn these things, it changes the game, but also it's one of those things that now it's not just a representation of me and my work, it's a representation of my and Jason and Sam and the company and the team. So I always have to get better and keep improving and not try to fail. I mean, you have your good days and your bad days, but going out there when you're working for a team, not just an individual, you can't slack off. And if you do,
yeah, and definitely it lowers that barrier to entry too. Being able to, because for me, I didn't do anything outside of like personal photography or like photos for friends and musicians and things like that. That was like not really ever paid gigs, is just because I wanted to mess around with the camera. And I ended up, so because I worked in, as you know, like audio. He's a drummer's realm only in the visual realm. Then fact. And he was recording at the studio a little bit, and he's like, "Why don't you come on the team?" And I think it was really actually Sam that pushed him to even ask me, so that was kind of cool. And having that team to be like, "This is how you do it. This is," instead of just me having to YouTube and Google everything, it was super like it boosted my learning curve. Yeah, like it was great.
Yeah, especially, dude, like kind of fast tracked into the industry. Like from, I mean, for you, like really nothing, no experience in photo video.
Yeah.
Just, what you said, basic stuff. So you're kind of fast tracked by the systems and the people we have in place, like to get to where you want to be. And, we haven't arrived. We're still growing as a team.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about Nightwing is we bring team members on, very thought out, very intentional. We're not just trying to find numbers, we're not just trying to find peanut on the bro or a team and get big and mega big and, and cover every turf. Like we're like Jason and Sam are very intentional with bringing people on. First of all, when we need it, but also like the types of people that they're finding. Like I feel like we take pride in what we do, but we're all very humble people, for the most part, and very collaborative with each other and very like we learn from each other and humble enough to, accept criticism, but in a good way. Like not take it personally, but like, hey, this is what we do. It's how you grow. This is how we need to grow. And we're doing it as a team though. It's not, that's the coolest thing is like your input matters. Like it's not like the big corporate thing where it's like, like a drop in the bucket. Maybe your supervisor is going to hear it and then maybe they'll pass it on to someone else, but like we're not.
yeah, it's like that. Even that you get a larger company that would have 30 plus people, and the structure. It's like we probably wouldn't be interacting though with Jason and Sam. We'd have that intermediary player that we'd be interacting with. Whereas we have the direct lines of communication. We're talking with them, we're collaborating with them, passing off ideas. Yeah. Even for that training session I had to talk to Jason and Sam about that. Or yeah, first miss. And you have to take on that, putting little thoughts in there. But then it's even that level of relationship that you have on that personal level. Like Jason and I went to a Sheboygan, this awesome little cabin right on the waterfront. You would see the Mackinac Bridge from there. But we're on our way back and the Northern Lights were popping out. But Jason knows I love shooting the Northern Lights. And yeah, it's like probably like 11 p.m. at night, I think. And he's got work the next day. I got work the next day. We got to upload still, do all the things. We go out there and stop in Petoskey, to go drop me out of my truck, go and shoot the Northern Lights for a good like 30, 45 minutes or something. And yeah, it's chasing down because that's what I like to do. And what I'm good at is I like doing astrophotography and telling that. But Jason is the one that I also go to when it's time for real estate photography or learning lighting or learning all the different aspects or skill sets that you can get from the team in all different ways. Like, yeah, having that team and that structure at that smaller level, it's more personal, it's more relatable. Yeah. The knowledge and education you can pass on to each other and bounce ideas off each other and grow and improve and adapt is way better than at a larger corporate setting where then you're going to have all the SOPs and processes and that's not like, well, this isn't the way we do that. Or what are we going to do?
Yeah. I think with how Nightwing grows and builds as a team is probably the strongest creative structure you can have as a team because we're all very well versed in a lot of things. It's like we all have a skill set kind of across the board, but we also have very strong points with each of us that, we're stronger at certain things than others. And we have someone else that's stronger at certain points than others. Like Chase, very, very skilled with audio, but also like a really good cinematographer and growing as a videographer right now as well. And Brandon, like very good photographer, very good videographer, growing.
Always a learning curve.
Yeah, we're all learning. Jason, very strong video, very good photographer as well, but learning audio from Chase. And I have some to give as well. It's like we're all growing and learning from each other, and because we all have strong points, and we're honestly, like I said in the last episode, like we're creating a team of just very strong creatives because we're all in this together all the time. Like we're not just sending out a photographer to do a shoot and they have no ownership in it. Like that's what I love about Knightwing. It's like we all kind of have ownership in what we do here as Knightwing Media. So it means something a lot more to us than I'm just a photographer on the shoot kind of a thing.
Right.
So
What about you guys have any like challenges with working with a small team that like compared to if maybe we had a bigger corporation you were working for? It's kind of a hard question.
I think instead that scaled back to working as an individual because sometimes it's hard to let go of the process. Like I was editing all my own photo and video. And so I may have a vision in my mind of what I want it to be myself, of what my eye sees, but then also that wouldn't match what the client for Nightwing
Right.
want or is used to or see or what they're looking for versus like what I make can go into. And that's the standard. Then I have to understand that standard and shoot to that standard, but then it helps my eye see in a different way and helps me grow and adapt to that. And then I can apply that to my work. And next thing you know, I'm seeing ways of shooting things and doing things in ways I wouldn't have before. Right. So it's a full 360 and then you can go forward or backwards with it, counterclockwise or clockwise, and you can take that and apply that both ways. But that one man team doing that, it's all on you. Your eye is just doing it. Whereas in a larger entity, you may pass off to an editor and never even talk to them. Like how we can put notes in video, or like our Jason always talking to Adam, we can do that and it's going to get relayed. It's going to be cross communicated.
Yeah.
Whereas who knows if a larger industry or corporate entity would do that.
right. So kind of like I had said previously, like we all kind of have a level of ownership in what we're doing across the board. Like we all have a say, and yeah,
It's not a dictatorship. It's a democracy, but there is the structure and that democracy with it. It's like we know Jason and Sam are the mom and dad of the team, they're the owners and all, and they put the law of the land out there. But we also know we have to shoot a certain way for Adam and me because if we fail in that respect, and then they can't use our footage or see what's needed.
Right.
And then that goes back down to they communicate to us, and they give us that freedom though to be our own boss and leader.
Yeah.
It shoots.
Like we have structure and we have a level of accountability within our team that's needed in any industry and any business.
You just don't get it like that though in other entities where we're given that freedom, which that's amazing. Yeah, what team can you say you're maybe like me, the rookie for the longest time, the lowest lying team member, but they just say, hey, go shoot this, and I'm just out there doing my thing, and they trust you, that you go and do it. Yes, man. At the end of the day, and
Oh, right. Yeah. I think what's great about that is you're empowered and you're given the resources necessary and the training necessary to go be confident in doing that though. Like you're not just like, hey, you can take photos like
it built out of confidence.
right. Yeah. You're definitely like we're definitely empowered to go do those things on our own and be confident in it.